Just press go live.
Feed the fungus. Feed the fungus. Feed the fungus. And good morning to you in the morning.
Good morning in Australia.
In the morning to you, my friend Harold.
In the morning to you as well.
You need to get yourself some headphones because I'm hearing some echoes.
Oh, it's a really bad echo, or
No, it's not really bad.
I
I'm going to
can't
get
hear,
myself headphones.
but I'll
I'm
put
going to
them
go
on.
get myself some headphones. Yeah.
All right, how about now? We just
Sounds
lost
good.
our 2 viewers, which is great.
2 viewers? We lost. Sorry, Art. We lost
Oh
two
yeah,
viewers?
yeah. Now we got
Dang.
0 viewers. High five.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, now I can hear you, man.
Good. I got my headphones on. So listen, Harold, we have to come to terms with the fact that we're going to have no viewers. We're going to have no likes. No one's going to listen to us. We're not famous. We're not cool. We have no idea what we're talking about. The
I've
only
come
thing we're
to terms
doing
with
really
that.
is causing ourselves problems. The only thing we're doing is causing ourselves problems by creating incriminating material for someone to hold against us in the future.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. It's like what else are you gonna do, in these days?
Do work. Do work.
Yeah, but then when there's no work to do, they
Make
say
face
like
masks. Donate
if
blood.
you, if you don't have anything to do, just move the door, you know what I mean?
Listen,
So
you can make face masks. You can donate blood. You can drive people's shopping stuff to them. Here.
yeah, that's true.
I'll
Well,
move
I
around.
can't donate blood and
So
I don't have a license.
hold on. So, and they're not going to stop you.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm just gonna like do a YouTube thing.
Okay. Well, right now we're working on following the executive order to report how much of medical equipment we have.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's going on in
Try it
New
from your
Jersey
laptop.
right now?
It's federal.
It's federal?
Yeah, it's the executive order, which means it's from the executive branch, which means it's from the el presidente, el jefe,
Wow,
also
that's
known as the
amazing.
Donald. Yeah.
I had no idea they're doing like a report on health equipment.
Yeah, I heard that people are registering businesses like what do they call them? Ship companies and airline companies just to get bailed out.
Wait, so what happens if you have a ship or airline company?
Then you get money from the government.
Ooh, that's a
And
nice scheme.
also, yeah, there's all types of crazy stuff going on. You have to listen to the Peter Schiff show. He goes over all of these topics.
We'll definitely have to check that out. There's like so much stuff
You haven't
going
listened
on
yet?
all around the world. Even Boris Johnson got the Zulu X-ray.
He got the Zulu X-ray, man.
Yeah, did you see Boris on the Zulu?
Yeah, Boris and Prince Charles.
Oh, Prince Charles got it too. Of course, like Prince Charles, he's got everything. So
Hmm.
of course he's gonna get that too.
Hmm.
But it's so
Really
weird.
nice
Like,
outside. I'm catching some rays here.
huh?
Let me go find a place with more sun. I said I'm sitting outside catching some rays.
Oh, the big red circle in the sky.
Yeah, that one.
They call that the sun, I guess.
Yes. Getting some vitamin D on my
Man, you should.
property. What's you chatting with someone in the background there?
I don't have anybody in the background. Just
Because I heard a
dog.
I heard some beeping
Oh,
sound.
I guess that might have been like a message on like Discord.
Okay. Oh yeah, it sounded like a Discord message.
Yeah, someone just sent
So
me a
Harry,
picture that says this whole quarantine is a distraction. They're just changing batteries on birds.
changing batteries on birds.
Yeah.
You mean on the robot birds that are watching you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah,
gonna change all the batteries on all the birds.
makes perfect
Takes
sense.
it takes time, man. That's probably why they sent somebody to your house so you're distracted while they take all the birds apart and change their batteries.
Okay, and this is on the flat Earth or not on the flat Earth?
Oh no, it's not a flat earth or Discord. I don't know. Do they have a Discord?
I'm sure they do.
Wow. I'm gonna check that out too. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's interesting to see like what people think, like how they've come to those conclusions.
So I'm losing track of what I told you and what I didn't tell you on the podcast. But listen, mate, we need to download our last podcast into MP3 format using YouTube Downloader on
Oh
the
yeah,
Linux.
I think that would be cool. I tried to like do that, but it's giving me like an error on the YouTube DL. So I don't know. It might be
We'll
my
try
real.
it again, and maybe we could also record our stream it live. So when they permanently cancel your account, at least we'll have a recording of what we've talked about so far.
Yeah, so we could play it back to them, right?
Yep.
That's a good idea, man.
So
That's a good idea. Always
free
have
free talk free talk radio got taken off of YouTube as well. Free Talk Live Radio. Ever heard of them?
I never heard of them either. Why did they get taken down? Okay, you just went. Did you drop your phone?
Yeah, I did. I picked it up again. Check it out.
See,
How about
phone live streams.
that? But now, you know? You hear me now?
Oh yeah, now I do. It just went. It went a bit crazy for a bit.
Hold on. Let me plug this headset back in. Let me see if it still works.
Did you drop your phone?
No? Okay, looks like I broke my headset.
Oh, you just burnt your headset?
I think I broke it.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, I dropped my phone. I'm gonna get myself a Bluetooth headset. So tell me what's happening with Mr. Bean.
Oh man, so like the whole like Kosovo country is like in like crisis now because the
Mm-hmm.
government decided to self-destruct basically.
Tell us more.
So like basically there was a new government and it held out for 45 days because you had like two political parties that were like arch enemies, but they decided to work together, which I think was just like
Mm-hmm.
a way to like make it self-destruct after a while, and this whole like crisis thing, they used it to like pass a budget that wasn't enough, and then it caused like the opposition to just be like, this sucks, we can't we can't work with you guys because you guys are just trying to
Mm.
pass things like without having the approval of both sides of the parliament. And then the prime
Mm-hmm.
minister fired like one of the main ministers, and then there was this like agreement that was going to happen, but like nothing was
Mm.
actually like set in stone. But the party in power, they said that they're like against this agreement, which was like not clear yet, what it was going to be. And they said that like they'll never accept it or anything. And then like the other part of the coalition, LDK, they were like, well, we can't work together if like we can't come to an inner agreement, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
that basically like blew it all up because they were like, okay, well, just remove this tax that they imposed, like that got imposed on Serbia from like the previous government, and hire the minister back and just apologize, or we'll have to like file for like a motion of distrust towards the government. So that
A
was
vote
that.
of a vote of confidence.
Yeah, the
It's called
vote
a
of
vote of. Can you
confidence.
hear me?
Oh yeah.
A vote of confidence.
Yeah, so like the
So you're
vote of
not giving me any examples. What was the reason? What was the reason why? Like in the New York Times article, it said it was about America supporting the overthrow because of the Kurti not supporting American policies in the peace process. Is that true?
well, that, and then there was like a few other reasons, like a lot of additional reasons. So, because I've been listening to the parliament, and there's like a lot of reasons, I guess. Not only that, because apparently, like the
Well, what
U.S.
is the
was gonna bring like a lot of investments there to like help rebuild the whole like power system that's you know always failing.
meaning take over the power system?
Yeah, I mean, stop the power outages. But I guess they were like, okay, we're not gonna take it, and then the US, they just left, so they lost that deal. And that was that. I don't know, I've been watching the parliament, so
Hmm.
I'm like an hour in, and I'm still figuring out what's going on. But there's a lot of shit going
Yeah,
on, literally.
lots of shit.
Yeah, definitely. Cause like
Okay. Well, I haven't. You haven't really informed me in any way. Like I don't know anything new.
yeah, well, I'm not that
Tell
informed
me
yet
some
either.
information.
So I'm still trying to figure out what's going
Well,
on.
let's talk about something we know. Let's talk about something we know about.
Well,
Tell us, what
that's
is it like to run a marijuana grow operation?
I don't know, man.
You don't know?
Nah. But
You don't know
I
nothing
I've
about that?
seen some documentaries.
Okay. Well, what does the documentary say?
Well, they say that it's like I guess I've seen like the ones in Albania and it
Mm-hmm.
looked pretty easy. Like they had like the whole place filled up. But I think like I don't know, I've been reading some news and I think it's not like a good thing for like the environment because like a lot of fish gets like messed up from all them chemicals and stuff that they use.
What chemicals do they use?
Well, it's usually like it's like natural stuff, but like let's say in Colorado, like Colorado has like a
Oh,
big
you're talking
ass.
about the illegal grow operations where
Oh
they have
no,
the
no, like even the
pesticides and
legal,
stuff?
like the legal stuff I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
let's say in Colorado,
Okay.
there's like this whole list of chemicals that are legal to use on like marijuana.
Mm-hmm. And nobody buys the organic stuff, right?
Well, they buy the organic stuff, but like it's still the same thing. It just comes from organic sources. You know, like that plant, it
Oh,
will still like rob the earth of like nutrients and deposit heavy metals and everything in it. So whoever's using it is getting a bunch of like toxins from it. Like let's say you put in like rice hulls.
okay.
Who knows where they get the rice or the rice hulls and what it's been washed with? You know that gets
Well, doesn't that have to be organic
sucked
as
up
well?
from the plant, huh?
Doesn't that have to be organic as well?
Well, the thing is like organic or non-organic doesn't matter because like everything is organic. Let's say everything comes from the earth. So like the whole organic thing, it's actually a fallacy. But
It
you could
says
say like,
USA, USDA certified organic. That has certain terms and certain conditions.
yeah, that's true. But like, do you think that that's like the end all be all? Like, do you think that organic is better or like let's say something is organic but it's GMO, like it's genetically modified,
Then it can't be organic.
or can it?
No, it
Like,
cannot. If it's
well,
USDA certified, it cannot be a GM.
I think that it can because like most stuff is actually genetically modified. Like
It can't
let's
be
say like
certified organic.
yeah, but like it's really vague. Like the whole certified organic thing, it's like it's actually really vague. And like there's farms that
I
have
don't.
like really good, let's say chicken, and it can't get certified organic because it's too small of a farm. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing with certified
If
organic.
it's too small, you can't get certified organic.
Huh?
You're saying if you're too small, you can't be certified.
Yeah. Like I've went to the farms and I asked them, they're like, "Yeah, we can't get like the certified organic stuff cuz Like they have to pay a bunch of money for it to like get that certificate.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right.
like
You do need to do that.
it exempts a lot of people, which is like which is my problem with the whole certified organic thing, you know? Like I'm fine with
Yes, but
non-GMO.
well, but okay.
Let's say like let's go
Well,
back to the
USDA certifies
marijuana.
the.
Let's go back to that.
Hmm.
That's like let's say all marijuana
Okay.
is actually genetically modified because none of it is the same
But it
as
can't.
the stuff
It
that
can't be
grows in
modified.
the wild. You
Yeah,
know,
but a hybrid is not the same as a GMO.
well, it is a GMO because it's been like
No,
crossbred.
no, GMO is a certain crossbred is not GMO.
Well, it is because you're modifying the
It
genes
is in your
by
definition.
breeding it over and over again.
Yes.
So it's
Well, that
like,
means that all domestic plants are GMO, if you're in your opinion.
yeah, exactly. It's not my opinion, but
Like
it's like
every single
a
person
fact.
you said,
That's what I learned in
this is
chemistry.
your opinion because there's a definition of GMO. Yes, my friend, I'm telling you,
But what's the
you're
extent
just
of
redefining stuff
GMO?
right now. There's a certain definition of what is GMO, and hybrids do not count as GMO.
But what counts as
They're
a
hybrids.
GMO?
A GMO is when it's when you use a virus or bacteria to modify the gene or use chemicals to modify the gene of a plant as opposed to breeding it and selecting it yourself.
Hmm. How do you
When you
do that?
when you select what? How do you select it yourself?
How do you like change the genes with a virus and a bacteria?
That's called genetic modification. That's how they do it. You
But
take a
I
virus or a bacteria and you use that to attack the genes, and it modifies the genes of the plant of the plant.
so how can like a bacteria modify the genes of something if it's
Well, a
like
virus
part of
will. A virus will. A virus will implant the genes.
I don't think,
That's how
man, because
viruses
like a
work.
virus is like a byproduct.
So
It's
you're
more like
asking me, how do people do GMOs? Is that right?
yeah. Well, I've learned
That's what.
in chemistry class how they do the GMO, and it's usually done
Well,
by
how do they do it?
breeding generations. Let's say like a
No.
GMO Franken tomato has been bred like with so many generations that like they
No.
just want to get a super huge tomato. So they just keep on breeding it for like a
No.
big tomato.
No. 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 That's not what GMO is.
Let's go on Wikipedia, man.
I am right now. How to make a GMO?
How to make a GMO.
Hmm.
We're on
What's the
the
point of the
Harvard
GMO?
EDU. So
Yeah, I'm on the Harvard one. That's right.
genetically
That's right. First it.
modified organisms are organisms that have been
Here we go.
altered using genetic engineering methods. Although genetic engineering is
Hmm.
a common and essential practice in biotechnology, its specific use
Hmm.
is is controversial. The key steps involved in genetic engineering are identifying a trait of interest, which is, let's say, the size of the tomato, isolating that trait, and then inserting that trait into a desired organism, and then propagating that organism.
And
Methods
how
for
do they insert?
manipulation have rapidly improved over the last century, for simple selective breeding to inserting genes from one organism into another. So it's just genes from another organism, not like a bacteria or a virus, to more recent methods
Hold
of
on.
direct, directly editing the genome.
They
So
use a bacteria. They use a bacteria to insert the virus, to insert the genes, or a gene gun.
well, it's not related to a virus. It doesn't say anything about a virus. So let's say
Okay,
what
but it says that they use
qualifies.
bacteria or a gene gun to insert the gene on step
No, it's
three.
not saying
Insert
a
the desired
bacteria.
gene.
It
It says it
uses
right
like,
here. I have it on the screen.
oh, what page is that?
I'll share it with you.
We're not looking at the same source. I'm on the harvard.edu page and it says how to make GMO. Oh, so you're on the
Yeah.
same
How to
one.
make a GMO. Yeah, and it says it uses a gene gun or it uses a bacteria.
Oh well, the mouse models are engineered for biomedical studies. Bacteria are engineered to produce medications such as insulin. Well, that's the. All right, so Monsanto created Roundup Ready plants after finding bacteria growing near a Roundup factory that contained a gene that allowed them to survive in presence of herbicides. Monsanto no longer uses gene guns, but instead takes advantage of bacteria called Agrobacterium tumefaciensis. How do you pronounce that naturally invade seeds and alter plants by inserting pieces of their own DNA into a plant's genome. Okay,
So
I
there you
got
go.
it. I got it.
So that's GMO. GMO is when you actually modify the genetic material of the plant
Well,
directly.
that's I guess that makes sense, but also like if you selectively breed it, it's still another way of genetically modifying it, but
Yeah. But you're not
indirectly.
directly modifying it, you're indirectly modifying it. And people
Yeah.
have been doing that for millions of years. And the
Well,
fungus has been doing that for billions of years.
that's true, but then how do you know that, let's say like a food that has a lot of lectins and it's been genetically modified to become like huge, how do you know that that's healthy for you, let's say?
You don't know.
Like, yeah, so like a lot of
You
people
don't
just
know.
eat that and get leaky gut.
Well, what they do is they test it out on Americans, and then after a couple of generations, if enough people die, they change it.
Do you think they will change it?
Maybe, but they're testing it on the American public.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, you can choose to be like a guinea pig, or you could just see for yourself and try and eat the stuff that's been modified the least, you know? Like, there's like
Pay a lot more for it.
a few types of milk as well. Like, you got like the Holstein cows, and the Jersey cows.
Holstein, right? Holstein,
Holstein?
Schleswig-Holstein, Holstein. Yeah, it's a part of Germany. It's on the border to Denmark.
Oh, so that's like the really big cows, right?
That's in northern Germany. I don't know if they're big or not, but I know they're called Holstein. It's Schleswig-Holstein. That's the state.
That's interesting. Well, like let's say those cows, they make a whole different milk from Jersey cows or Guernsey cows.
Mm-hmm.
They make like
Okay, from the island of Jersey.
I guess I don't know where they're from, but they're called Jersey cows, and they make like A2
Well, we
protein
had.
milk,
Hmm.
while the Holstein they make two types of proteins in the milk. There's like A1 and A2, so you have like half and half.
We had this. We had this discussion before on the podcast about
Yeah, that's
the
true.
Jersey cows, and you said they were from Jersey,
Yeah, I thought they were from New Jersey.
and they're from the Isle of Jersey, which New Jersey is named after.
So the Isle of Jersey in England.
Yes, in England.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
So I've got a rotisserie, a smoker.
So
Yes, sir. And it hasn't been
you're ready
opened yet.
to make some rotisserie chicken.
Well, we're gonna get a rotisserie lamb, I think.
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah, gonna get a lamb for
Are you
buyout.
gonna slaughter the lamb in the
Push
name?
on. Hmm?
Are you gonna slaughter the
We're gonna
lamb?
slaughter the lamb. Yeah, like in the old days,
Are you
in the
gonna
Old
do it
Testament. We're
the
gonna burn it.
halal way?
Also, we'll get it from our friend from the halal shop. He's got pretty good lamb.
Oh, dude, that's always good. I wish they saved the blood
We're
though,
Egyptians. Why?
so I could drink it.
Oh God.
I'll be like the Illuminati drinking young lamb blood.
I guess you could ferment it.
Uh,
Use the fungus.
it doesn't really ferment; it just coagulates. So it like
Oh yeah.
hardens up, and then you can't eat it.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's sad.
This is a pretty good setup we got here.
Yeah, but you could get like, is it a young lamb or is it an older like?
I don't know, man. I haven't even gotten a lamb. I have to talk to him.
Oh, cool. Cause like if it's a really young lamb that's been drinking milk, you can get the
Mhm.
like what's it called? The stuff that makes the cheese. I forgot the name, man.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
rennet.
I know the name.
You can get
Rennet.
the animal rennet. Yeah, and you can make your own
Mhm.
cheese,
Mhm.
which is like a whole different
So the
world.
animal
I've been making cheese.
makes the cheese in its
Well, I guess the really young lambs they got this rennet bacteria inside their stomach, and it turns
stomach.
it into cheese. I guess it like it digests the milk for them.
Yeah.
So if you
And the
take it,
older animals don't have that.
yeah, the older animals don't have that. But
So what you're saying is we shouldn't be eating milk, drinking milk as older people.
well, you can drink milk, but it's better if you just turn it into kefir or turn it into yogurt or cheese
Yeah.
because it's easier to digest.
Yep.
So that makes sense. Like people have been doing that for years and years, and
Mhm.
I looked it up online one day and I saw this like Islamic imam talking about rennet. He was saying
Mhm.
whether it's fine to eat like cheese that's been made from animals that haven't been slaughtered halal.
And what do you think?
He said there's some mixed opinions on that.
And
So
my opinion is, who gives a shit?
yeah, exactly. That's my opinion. Like, who cares? But I guess there's people who care, even like about the
Well,
type
some
of bread,
people.
you know?
Well, this is the question. If all of the parts of your um, organic plants are also organic, like, is the rice hulls that you're feeding your plants, is that also organic?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And what about the rice? What about the food that you fed the whole supply chain? Like, where does it stop?
Yeah, like what did your cow eat? So that's actually interesting because now I got a topic that I've been learning about. So I learned
Good.
why it was not kosher to eat the pig in like the places like Egypt during like the Bronze
Yeah.
Age and milk time. So it turns out
Because of
that
the worms, like humans. Because the
no,
parasites in those pigs are like, the pig is very much like a human.
no, it doesn't have to do anything with the parasites. It actually has to do everything with the fact that pigs they eat everything and they were
Hmm.
using pigs as like a trash disposal. So like they would
Sure.
leave their leftover food on like plates that were made with like let's say with
Sure.
lead and like copper and
Yeah.
lead, and the pigs they would eat out of those
Yeah.
plates. So the lead it would deposit on their bodies, and the pigs they would
Yeah.
become toxic because they would just eat all
Right.
that
Yes.
trash. So
Which is why you
people,
don't want to eat any animal that is not. You don't want to eat anything that's not a. You want to eat the lowest in the food chain because of the accumulation of heavy metals.
yeah, exactly. Like they wouldn't eat pigs because people would get sick since they were so toxic that, they just messed everybody up. And it's the same with pigs now cuz a lot of like farms would just feed their pigs like basically trash, you know?
Hmm.
That like
Yeah.
that made the pigs very toxic, and people who ate that bacon, they just got super sick from it. It's the same like with like these with cows that they feed, you know, like feedlot beef basically. Like they feed those cows
Yeah.
soy, and that soy's been grown who knows where and who knows what, and it's all like
Well,
about
some of
that.
it's GMO. Actually, most
Yeah,
of the soy is GMO and corn.
yeah,
And cows
like
aren't designed to eat corn. Yeah, we know all of that, actually. We know this. We know this for a fact. But the question I have, Harold Reed, is I was told that the pork meat in the heat, it gets botulism, it gets these worms, and the worms can jump onto people. And because the pigs are used to make transplant organs for humans, like hearts, their bodies are very similar to humans, and you get the jumping of sicknesses from animals to humans. Like these worms and these parasites could jump directly from the pig into the human.
well, those are
That's what I
all
was told.
different theories, you know. But like the most plausible, I think, is that they were eating trash and they would get toxic. Then, like once an animal is toxic, of course it's gonna get worms and parasites, because like the parasites are like they'll eat the dead tissue, like that's within them, because that's what
Well,
parasites do.
parasites will also eat healthy tissue. No, parasites will also eat healthy tissue.
Well, if it's toxic, it's gonna basically eat up the animal from inside, because it's
Worms
gonna need
will
like
eat. Worms will
way
eat.
more.
Okay, let's agree that it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, let's agree that it doesn't really matter. But
It
toxins
doesn't
are
matter why one religion. Yeah, it's either toxins or parasites, but you got all types of stuff that could be very bad with pigs. Um, and that's why in the old days it wasn't a good idea to eat them. It might not even be a good idea to eat them today. But let me
well,
tell you, I got some svinska prosciutta, and it was really good.
exactly. Like the thing is, if it's a healthy animal, it's gonna be healthy. It's gonna be good. But like if you got a pig that you feed trash, of course it's gonna get you sick, and it's gonna get everybody sick because it's just
Okay, now let's talk
transferring.
about animals eating trash. When I was in Kosovo and Albania, I saw cows eating trash all the time.
Yes, that's another
They would
like.
they would they would literally go to garbage cans and they would eat the garbage bags full of trash.
Well, that's a problem with humans, man.
How how could that milk be any good?
It ain't no good. That's toxic.
So yeah, I've got a huge worm population in my garden, and the birds are just loving it. I have a little robin here, and she is getting fat, 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 eating worms from my garden.
You should get a cat.
No, it's okay. We have enough food for everybody.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe get it like a little piggy and
If we
raise
get
it.
anything, and I'm not planning, if this quarantine goes on, we're gonna get some chickens and we're gonna get a goat.
Oh, dude, that'd be a nice start. You know,
Hmm.
goats are
But
a
I'm not
hand.
sure my neighbors would appreciate. Yeah, I'm not sure my neighbors would appreciate the goat.
Yeah. Why?
I'm
What?
not
What
sure I would appreciate
are
it.
they?
Huh?
What kind of neighbors do you
My
got?
neighbors have beautiful, well kept yards. Everything is beautiful. Everything is nice looking.
Oh, so they pay somebody to like clean their yard every day.
Well, whatever they do, they keep it really, really nice. And we have like the messiest yard in the whole area.
Oh, so all eyes on
And
you.
if we show up with goats and chickens, they might not appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, is there anything they can do against it?
Yeah, it's probably illegal.
To have goats and cows?
And chickens, yeah. But
Goats and chickens.
everyone here in town has chickens. Everyone has chickens. A lot of neighbors have chickens in the area. It's illegal, but they don't really enforce it. But I'm not sure what they would do about goats.
Yeah, I mean, goats, to have like a goat, you would need like a roaming area and a big yard and then a lot of brush.
Yeah,
And you want to keep the goat happy too.
yeah,
So chickens might be a better idea. Or if you want meat, just get
yeah.
meat rabbits.
Meat rabbits, yeah. I was thinking meat rabbits.
They're absolutely haram though.
Listen, man, I'm not a member of any religion. I would call myself agnostic, like I don't know. I'm not
I
in the
do.
know.
So you should be good on
Hmm?
eating bunnies.
I'm more on the Chinese level. Like I'll eat like almost anything.
Even bat?
Oh, Ariana's gonna play us a little piece of music now. Is this a Beethoven sonata?
Top of the hour music.
Is this Beethoven? Oh, it's Bach Sonate Nummer 2. Did you know that Bach never played the piano?
You learned what?
He never played the piano.
Oh, he just composed stuff?
They didn't have pianos back then. Piano is a new invention.
What did Bach play?
He played the harpsichord and he played the organ, which both do not have the. A piano is a pianoforte, which means soft and hard, like soft and strong. Like you can hit the key strong, you can hit the key soft. And
So
Bach
he
didn't
was
have any of
playing
that.
organ.
He had the organ, which was just like on or off. You couldn't say strong or weak. Yeah, check out Ariana's YouTube channel, Slavatronic. Alaviatromiq. She's an accomplished pianist.
Yeah, who wants to practice in a non-alive format?
What? We're live. We're just recording you, Mom.
I know.
You're being streamed live.
I want to practice now.
Practice. We're not stopping you. Can you hear this, Harry?
Oh, yeah.
It's nice having a background music. Man, I'm getting the first mosquitoes in math here. How about you? You got mosquitoes out there in California, IA?
Oh, no.
I got my first thing on my arm bite me.
I think we had mosquitoes during the rainy season, but now it's kind of cold.
I think I'm going to set up my grill.
That's rituals. You gotta be the real agnostic and just eat your food raw against anything that any religion tells you.
They said you have to smoke, you have to make burnt offerings to the gods.
Yeah, exactly. You're still making burnt offers to the gods as agnostics.
Listen, man, I'm not too hung up on any of this stuff, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's like
I don't take it all that seriously, you know, my friend.
the phlegmatic behavior towards everything.
Phlegmatic.
Phlegmatic.
Where does that come from?
Is it German?
It's Latin, and it comes from the four body fluids. Do you know about them?
Yeah, like the phlegm. It's like a spit or
Phlegma,
something.
and you know what else you got? Yeah, but you know the other body fluids?
Lympha, that's like the blood.
It's cholerica.
What's the
Cholerica?
choleric? Yeah, the choleric.
Choleric. They're the angry ones.
That's like heavier than the phlegm.
You got melancholy, phlegma, cholerica, and sanguine.
Yeah, it's like the four personality type, like the
Yeah.
what was it called?
Yes, and the four elements: fire, water, air, and earth.
Hmm. Yeah,
So you got
that's
four elements.
like the Jungian
You
type.
got sorry.
It's like the Jungian types.
Yeah, man. This is all like I don't know if you ever studied any of it,
Yeah, I remember we did that in psychology class in like high
but
school.
it's older. It's older than that.
Yeah, it's like the first like what was it called? The temperaments.
Yes, there you
Literally.
go.
It's like
Mhm.
all people's temperaments. But like later on they discovered that people can be like more fluid on that. It's more like a spectrum, I guess. Like everything
Possibly.
nowadays is a spectrum.
Yes, everything's a spectrum.
I like the Wikipedia picture. They got like pictures of people and how their temperaments could be.
Mhm.
That's like the old school 18th century depiction of the four temperaments.
They found it.
So I guess the phlegmatic guy,
It's definitely.
he looks like he's like a more docile type person.
Yep. And
And
that's
then
earth.
yeah, so the earth
That's the
is
element of earth.
phlegmatic.
Or is it
It does
melancholy?
care. Well, it says the melancholicus is like he's got like a vein on his forehead, man. And he looks
Yeah.
sad. So like melancholic
Yeah.
types
So why
are
don't you look up the four elements? Look up the four elements and the four what did you call them? Fluids?
for bodily fluids,
Yeah, what are they called? Temperaments?
for temperaments. Yep. So you
Look up the
got
four temperaments and the four elements.
so let's see this. I'm just looking at it. I just found it. Says the hot, the dry, the wet, and the cold. And it's
Yep.
like uh,
Hot and dry is fire.
so the hot and dry can be like blood and air goes on hot,
Yep.
but it also hits wet as well. And then you got yellow bile, which is also fire, but it also stands on dry. And then you got
Mhm.
black bile, which is earth, and it's also
Mhm.
cold and dry.
Okay.
And then you got the phlegm, aka the water.
Well,
So it's
phlegmatic is water. Okay.
wet and cold. So like phlegmatic would be someone who like just like goes with the flow. So like doesn't
It's
really
water.
care what happens, Like Bruce Lee, be water.
Be water.
But
Well,
then
Lee also was switching between stuff.
yeah, like he would switch in between the elements, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I don't know, man. Like I feel like personality is kind of like more complex, but it
Mhm.
changes. It changes over time. Because I used to like study the whole Myers Briggs personality types, and
Yes, I remember that.
I got into like the whole like community and stuff with that, and I found that people can be really obsessed with their personality types.
I listened to this lady. She said that she was a geek, introvert, nerd, heteronormal female.
What
Gender, what was it? Gender normative. She was gender normative.
gender normative?
Gender normative female.
So what does that mean in simple terms?
I mean, she wasn't a she wasn't like she was a normal female. Like she had a husband.
That means cisgendered
I guess so. But she says she
in
was
the
gender
modern
normative, and she studied gender. She studies gender stuff, so she knew what she was talking about.
That's interesting. Well, I heard there's
Hmm.
like all these new terms. I tried to learn
Oh
them,
yeah.
but it's kind of hard.
Oh, you
I
did?
learned that a person who's like straight in the old
Mhm.
term is called a
Mhm.
cisgendered person.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Mhm.
gonna Google
Yeah.
cis. What does cis mean?
I think that means gender normative.
Uh, Cisgender is a term for people whose gender identity matches the sex that they were assigned at birth. So apparently, you get assigned a sex at birth.
Apparently, it means like you have a PP or not.
Yeah, but no, you get it assigned at birth.
Yeah, exactly. They look at you and they say, "Does he have a PP or doesn't have not have a PP?"
Well, they can assign a different one, maybe. For
Well,
example,
yeah,
someone
exactly.
who identifies as a woman and was assigned female at birth is a cisgender woman. The
Mhm.
term cisgender is the opposite of the word transgender.
Mhm.
Related terms include cissexism and cisnormativity. Normativity.
Mhm. There you go.
So, like if you think that being cisgender is normal, you're a cisnormative person.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She said that she was cis normative or gender normative.
And did she get like, did people, talk about that, or was it an issue that she was cisnormative?
I don't think so. Listen, I'll put a link to the podcast. Um, you have to look up geek pedagogy. Look that up on the internet. There's a New Books Network, and then look up geeky pedagogy.
So, geeky scholar.
Geeky pedagogy, and the lady. It's on New Books Network.
Oh, I found it. It's a book.
It's a podcast. Maybe you can play a little bit from her. Just
Use
pick a
your
random
big
part and play it.
brain for
Hmm?
use your big brain for effective college teaching.
Yeah, that's it.
What if I got a small brain?
Well, then use your small brain for it.
But it says use
She's
your
not
big
addressing
brain.
this to you. If you've got a small brain, then she's not. You're not the audience.
Yeah, I'm not the right audience for that.
No, you're not. Definitely not.
So, wow, this website is pretty flashy.
But
I'm
listen,
trying.
look for her podcast on the new book. Type in New Books Network. What's her name?
So I'm not an introvert. So it's not for me either.
What's her name? What's her name?
Oh, it says Jessamine Neuhaus.
Yeah. Now take her name and then search New Books Network podcast.
I got it.
and then it's called Geeky Pedagogy. And look for that podcast.
All right, let's put that on.
Put that on. Play a clip from there. Just play a little bit, like around minute 10.
All right, maybe I can put it on the YouTube software and play it directly onto YouTube.
Sure. Whatever you can do.
I just got to figure out how to do that.
On today's episode of Teaching in Higher Ed, number 286, we welcome Jessamine Newhouse to speak about her new book, Geeky Pedagogy.
Produced by Infinite Learning, Raising Human Potential.
You got it.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of Teaching in Higher Ed. I'm Bonnie Stachowiak, and this is the space where we explore the art and science of facilitating learning. We also share ways to improve our productivity approaches so we can have more peace in our lives and be even more present for our students.
That's very easy.
Wow, they even
I am
got a
welcoming
good
today
jingle.
Jessamine Newhouse. She's a professor of U.S. history and popular culture at SUNY Plattsburgh and recipient of the SUNY Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching. As the teaching fellow at Plattsburgh Center for Teaching Excellence for several years, she did all kinds of things. She facilitated professional development opportunities, individual consultations, class visits, online resources, was just a tremendous asset and still is a tremendous asset to that institution. And Jessamine has also published a few books that just sound really fascinating to me. So in addition to the one we'll be talking about today, she has 2 monographs, Manly Meals and Mom's Home Cooking, Cookbooks and Gender in Modern America, and Housework and Housewives in American Advertising, Married to the Pop. Jessamine has also published in pedagogical, historical, and cultural studies research in numerous anthologies and journals. And if you'd like to learn more about her bio, please visit teachinginhighered.com/286. But for now, let me welcome Jessamine to the show. Jessamine, welcome to Teaching in Higher Ed.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
In the beginning of your book, you tackle something that is something that comes up quite a bit, and that's all the way back on page 1. Just because you know a lot about something doesn't mean you know how to teach it. And this showed up in an anonymous course evaluation for you back in 19.
My very, very first class. I think it might be the very first student evaluation I ever read.
Oh, what did that feel like at the time?
I put it out of my head as quickly as possible, as many people do when faced with their student course evaluations. And
Wow, that's like she got hit right on the ego, but I guess she took it as advice, huh?
Well, she's pretty much a she has a great vocal fry. Did you hear that? She's like, I would like. Listen to her voice.
beginning of my teaching career, I tried to know what information I was receiving. As I describe in the book, and I think as probably most of your listeners know, there's a lot of things that student evaluations can tell us, and a lot of ways they can be flawed, especially depending on how a university implements them, especially for employment decisions. But there is some things that student evaluations could tell us. And that particular one was telling me something important that I needed to hear.
Mm-hmm. We really have
Okay,
many
Harry,
of
let's stop this.
misperceptions about what to.
Just because you know a lot about
You
something.
have to listen to the episode. You got to listen to the episode where she's talking about the geek introvert nerds, geeky pedagogy on the New Books Network. But listen to that on another time. I just wanted to give you a little taste.
All right, that's interesting because, like, actually, a lot of professors need to hear that,
Absolutely.
especially the ones like, well, everywhere, literally.
Well, especially the ones that can't relate to people and are antisocial.
Yeah, I got a few friends like that.
Yeah.
They became professors really quick. I actually did teach some classes at one point.
You?
Yeah.
You taught
Like,
classes? Oh my god.
yeah, man, it was like business classes.
No way.
Yeah, and it was in Prizren.
Oh, in Prizren.
Not prison, but Prizren.
Yeah, in Prizren.
Yeah, it's a city out in Kosovo. And
Yeah,
I did it.
that's where my parents live.
Yeah, I know. And I did it like for 2 days, and I got really bad headaches.
Was this at the did you go to the Fethullah Gulen school in Prizren?
Oh no, this was at like another one, Universum. It
You
was
know about
called.
Oh, Universum. You know about Fethullah?
Huh?
You know about the Gulenists?
Universum.
Do you know about Fethullah Gulen?
Oh yeah, man, I know all about Fethullah Gulen because I had some friends back in New York who were like getting some of that Gulen dough.
And did you know that he has his compound here in Pennsylvania, around the corner?
Yep, and he has like way more stuff all over the states, man. Like that's where he makes his
They said
sand.
the Turkish government.
Huh?
They said he tried to overthrow the Turkish government.
Oh yeah, he did. He's been trying to overthrow Erdogan for a long time.
And that he's being run by the company.
Yeah, by the Gulen company, right?
No, by the company. Hey man, you don't remember anything we talked about previously?
Oh, the company.
The company.
So Gulen is connected to the company.
Supposedly, that's what Erdogan was accusing him of.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Let me send you a pic of my new rotisserie.
Let me get it. Send me a pic. Pics or it didn't happen.
I'm sending it over. Hold on. My phone is slow. Here we go. Telegram. I think Claudette checked out of our stream of random. Hold on, I'm sending it to the stream of random.
Did you hear that ring?
Yep.
Whoa. That looks like a rack. Like a like a lamb rack, or you could put a baby pig up there.
Yeah. That's right.
Just roast
And we
that
got
up.
the yeah, I got to get my smoker out, and we also got the little motor to turn it.
Wait, you're gonna like make sure you don't put it like you're gonna start a fire on top of that glass, or what?
Dude, no, man.
Okay, I just
The
wanted
glass
to make
table where I constructed the thing.
things interesting.
I'm gonna
But
build a
that looks
fire
pretty
pit,
legit, man.
It's very
That
legit.
looks pretty legit. And like you can build fire pits there because there's no like fire hazards and stuff.
Yeah, man. Let me send you a picture of my little garden sprouting.
The Gordon Spartan.
Sproutenly.
Till you get chickens, I won't be satisfied with your garden. Ain't no garden without chickens.
You're not going to be satisfied.
Ain't no garden without chickens, man.
I guess you can't really see how green this is.
Yeah, that's a cool one. If you build like a tiny greenhouse around it, you could even have it last through the winter.
Well, no, those big kales, those last through the winter, man.
Oh man, those look like those aliens from that Alien movie where the aliens have like really like long legs. You need
Yeah,
some
these
chicken.
kales, they just do not die.
Yeah, because they got all that iron, you know, they pull like iron from the ground and they make them oxalates. Which like if you eat too many of them, like too much kale, you can get like iron deposited in your liver and have it turn into like stones in your bladder.
That's not good, right?
But that's some crazy.
The kale's doing pretty good.
Kale.
Yeah, man. It survived the whole winter in the snow and everything.
Wow, dude, that's crazy.
I got some more plants that survived. Here's some broccoli and some onions that survived.
Got some Frankenkale out there.
We got some carrots that are coming up from last year.
Okay, I'll describe these carrots out to YouTube. The carrots look like they're under the ground. Don't rip them off the ground.
Those carrots, you don't even see the whole. Here, I'll send you the carrots. Hold on.
Oh, you got some spring onion. That'd be nice. Like a little bit of it.
Yeah, man.
Not too much.
Yeah, those are the carrots.
Oh, that's how carrots look like?
Yeah, man. Those are baby carrots growing.
So you just ripped them off the ground? Have you heard the Tool song where he talks about the baby carrots getting ripped off the ground?
Nope.
Well, I guess it's from a Tool song. He's like, don't you feel sorry for the baby carrots getting ripped off the ground?
I heard some Tool songs. They're not that bad. I heard that they're really long, though.
Yeah. Yeah, they got one with aliens, though. That's a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically like...
Did you ever hear the Frank...
Which one?
Well, you know that YouTube's going to take you down if you play any... Did you see the picture of Ariana going to shopping?
No. So you're saying YouTube will take me down if I play any Tool?
Yeah, if you play any songs at all.
Yeah, I think you gotta like post the songs or where it came from and stuff. To like...
That's Ariana going shopping today.
Whoa, dude, she looks like a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what's that? Like, they got like shoe gloves now for the corona?
Yeah, man, she's got. Well, that's for her office, man. She's got shoe booties. She's got a face mask. She's got goggles, a hairnet,
Oh, that's for the office.
jacket.
That makes sense because
Yeah,
y'all got to be clean
and
out
that's what
there.
they were writing to her about personal protective equipment, and if you could donate any to the Zulu X-ray initiative.
Oh, because of the company. Not the company, but the company.
Well, that's a separate story.
Yeah, that's a whole separate story. But it looks like you guys got like a professional situation going on there.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all donate anything? Or that's confidential?
Well, she might. I told her to donate something, but she doesn't have too much to donate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard to donate anything, man. Like, imagine you run out of masks and then you have to wear bandanas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, they might do the job, but it would be compromising things. So now they're getting equipment from different companies.
Right.
That's crazy.
House passes $2 trillion COVID-19 emergency bill.
Woo! So they got this. What's that bill entailing?
So the No Agenda show was saying that they are basically taking the Green New Deal and copy and pasting all the items into it.
So what was the Green New Deal?
You didn't hear about that?
I haven't heard about the Green New Deal. I have to Google it.
Basically, they were basically saying like, if you take this money, then you have to have a certain number of gender equality in your company, a board, that you have to like, I guess you would have to have a certain amount of renewables in your energy mix. You know, I don't know exactly all the terms, but basically they have all these different goals of, you know, social justice and climate protection and all that they're putting into the as stipulations if you take money from the government.
So you have to like meet all those terms and conditions to get money from the government
That's right.
in the first
That's right.
place.
So they're going to implement. They're going to finally get to implement their goals.
Yeah, so you know, God forbid they shouldn't give any money to like any bigoted people.
Well, yeah, that would be horrible.
Because they're not people, you know.
No,
They're my
they're
goats.
just nuisances that have to be destroyed. They're just
Yeah, of course.
the enemy that has to be destroyed.
The algo wins over everything, you know. There's nothing more powerful.
I think the algo, from what I understand, the algo is just learning the existing biases. Like if you have like did you hear about the story about the ImageNet?
What's an ImageNet?
ImageNet was like a collection of like millions of pictures and labels on them.
Oh.
Right? But the labeling of the pictures was biased by like, you know, by bigoted people. So the algo was learning the bias of the people, and it came up with all types of unsafe classifications. Let's say someone who had darker skin was being classified by the algo as being a monkey or a gorilla or something.
Wow.
And they were very upset about that. Or they would be classified as a criminal. because they had
Because
pictures of criminals, and then they were because the algorithm was just learning that that type of person or person who looked like that would have a certain label associated with them as being a criminal.
so it was just saying that
There's a whole bunch of podcasts.
are biased by nature.
Well, the data set contains the bias of the people. If you Google for, ImageNet bias machine learning, type that in.
All right, image based. Wait,
ImageNet.
image.
Or just look up machine learning bias.
Da-dum-dum-dum. New study of the history of multiple layers, taxonomy, object classes, and labeling of ImageNet and WordNet in 2019 described how bias is deeply embedded in most classification approaches for all sorts of images. ImageNet is working to address the various sources of bias. So they're still working on it.
So the machine learning just reconfirms the biases of the people that feed it data.
Oh, I see.
Right?
So if aliens would,
And if you have a bunch of social justice,
yep,
yes,
go ahead.
aliens would what?
I was saying like aliens would look at us and then they would learn all those biases, right?
Well, they would see them, I guess. Did you ever see like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I haven't read it. We talked about it actually.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
selfish
we did.
gene.
You remember that? So,
I remember the whole
well, that's a
selfish
different story. Selfish gene.
conversation.
Well, anyway, so the theory goes, the conspiracy theory goes that the social justice warriors were living off of Starbucks in Austin, Texas, working for Facebook and YouTube, earning minimum wage because they moved in from California, who all live at home and have dogs, have a certain left-leaning bias because they have huge amounts of student debt and want Bernie to come and give them all their money back.
Mm-hmm.
And that these people are the ones who are training the YouTube algorithms, and they're embedding a left-leaning bias into them.
Wow, do you think that might be plausible?
It's possible. Like, they're the ones that are feeding the fungus. They're feeding the machine. They're like, oh, yes, this is offensive.
Yeah, so the machine is a fungus.
Yes, the machine the fungus created the machine to do its work. It created us to create the machine to do its work.
So this fungus is a leftist, you're saying?
No, the fungus doesn't care. It doesn't see left or right. It just wants food.
It just needs to feed, but it has to use the left to get to the right.
Exactly. It needs conflict. It needs people to kill each other. It needs the Zulu X-ray to kill people so it can be fed.
Now that's interesting. Well, that makes sense, man. Because nowadays, I hear you can't even post certain links onto the F book. Like you can't talk about shift 3 left Z O I N's.
Son, let me get my secret decoder ring out.
Oh, great. Z U Y V.
Hold on. Oh, C Z U Y.
Z
Yeah.
U I Y. Yeah, Z U Y V's.
Hold on.
You can't talk
Z
about any
U.
internet ZUIVs.
That's COVID.
No, it's coin.
No. Oh.
So like if you post anything about the like C
The bitcoins.
Y, yeah.
Maybe that's
CY.
why Free Talk Radio got taken down because they're talking about that constantly.
Well, I got the music to buffer all that.
I gotta feed my doogies.
You're not feeding your doggies.
My doogies, my little vicious chihuahuas.
You got a whole army
Man,
over there.
I do, and they're so vicious.
Yeah, dude, I know infamous chihuahuas.
You know the chihuahuas?
Yeah, there's Cookie, there's Dory, and
Uh-huh.
there's God, I forgot the other one's
Meanie.
name. Minnie. Yeah, Meanie.
Meanie.
Meanie the
She's the
meanie.
Meanie Dora.
Yeah,
Dora's Cookie. Meanie's the Meanie Dora.
yeah, she looks like a mini Dora, like a smaller version of her mom, or her mom when she was younger.
No, she was not like her mom. She's just the same color as her mom, but she looks like her dad. Because her dad was a small chihuahua. Dora is a giant chihuahua.
Yeah,
She's an
I mean, I don't think she was
XXL chihuahua.
that giant when I first seen her.
Sorry?
Like circa
Say
09,
again?
she was still a puppy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I remember her being a puppy. That's why I was like, how did she get so big?
Well, we got her. Yeah, 07, we got her.
Yeah, so how many years do dogs grow till they reach their full size?
Well, she gets fatter every day.
I wonder what that
Non-stop.
dog looks like now.
She looks like a little pig dog.
Oh man, you should fast her.
And then she'll scratch you.
Yeah. Well, that's something to live with, huh? She'll get like hyper alert when she goes into ketosis. Who knows?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've seen this guy, like he fasts his dogs but feeds them like raw meat on YouTube. And like once his dogs were fasted, they were like hyper aware.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so like they went into the whole ketosis thing where you only burn fat instead of sugar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because like dog food even has a lot of sugar in it.
Sure.
So maybe Dory's just addicted to sugar. She got a sweet tooth.
Well, she loves fish.
I think that's the thing
She
that
loves fish.
all dogs got in common. They love fish.
So I have to give you my Zulu X-ray, my quarantine update.
Okay, quarantine update. Quarantine update.
Quarantine update. So I bought some silver coins on SD Bullion or JDBullion.com. We got some nasty echo in the background.
Oh, it's back.
Yeah,
It's
turn down
up.
your speakers, dude.
It's back. All right, I got it.
So I bought some silver coins, 1/10 of an ounce of silver. So silver is going for 14. It was going for $13-14 an ounce,
How much is it now?
and it started to go back up a little bit. In 2010, it was at $44 an ounce.
And now where is it?
14 or 15. They might have gone up a little bit.
So
It's
it
on its
means
way up.
that silver went down over those years?
It did. People were selling it, and it was going down. And now it hit a bottom, and now it's starting to go back up a little bit. Maybe it'll go back down again. Who knows?
Oh man, that's crazy. All right, I'm gonna be right back. I just gotta go hit the loot quick.
Okay, well, I'll keep on talking then.
Cool. Talk about silver.
Let's go on mute. I don't want to hear that noise. So basically, I just bought some samples to see how it is on Amazon and on these bullion websites. And the bullion websites were selling the coins at a certain price above the spot price. So the spot price is based on the current price of the futures market. And the futures market for silver is the delivery of 1,000 grams of silver, which is about 30 pounds. So for $16,000 or $8,000, I don't remember. 1,000 times 14 would be $14,000. You can buy 1,000 grams of silver on the futures market, and it'll be delivered to like a warehouse somewhere. I guess in Chicago. It depends on where the market is. Most people roll it over and they don't take delivery, but you can buy like a futures contract and then sit on it and take delivery. Don't roll it over, and then they'll deliver you, the 1,000 pounds. But if someone is shorting it and they buy it and they short it, they actually have to go out and buy it and then deliver that to you. So it could be like a real issue. Then maybe they're just going to give you the money and not actually deliver it if they can't even deliver it. But we'll see. I don't know. But I'm not even talking about that because I don't have the money to spend $14,000 in buying 1,000 grams of silver to be delivered to some warehouse in Chicago. Because how are you going to actually go get that? You have to pay for someone to deliver it to you. So what I'm doing is I'm just buying like 1/10 of an ounce coins on Amazon and also on these different websites. Just buying a couple samples to see how it is. And the silver coins will, they're enough, they're 1/10 of an ounce. So, $1.5 in terms of spot prices, but you're paying $2 or you're paying twice as much for them as coins to be delivered to your house over a spot. But I'm betting that the silver is going to go up because the dollar is going to go down. The dollar is going down against the euro. And Peter Schiff is basically saying buy as much gold and silver as you can, which I'm not doing because, I'm interested in having a cash basis because we're going to need that money. So, but having a couple coins is not bad, and having small coins is good because you can actually spend them on something. So you're paying a premium for small coins, over, big bars. But the other issue is that a small coin from a government that's issued by a government is more valuable because that is it has a certain level of quality and purity, and it's backed by a government that's saying, we printed this coin on this year and we stand behind it, as opposed to like some random coins I have. I have some random coins off the internet my dad sent me from some podcast, Jack Spirko, the survival podcast or whatever, and he has his own silver coins. But those won't be as valuable as government issued coins.
Yeah, of course. Like the dollar silver coins, that's basically God's trust, man.
Mm-hmm. And I also bought 1/10 of an ounce gold coins, like small gold coins. A couple of those for like $200 or something. So, and every month, if I have any money left over, I'm going to buy a couple of gold coins or silver coins to add to my collection as savings. And I hope as the dollar goes down and the gold price goes up, I'll keep on buying them until a loaf of bread is going to cost $1,000. And then I can sell one of my coins.
You think you'll be alive during that time?
It could be in a couple of years.
You think so?
If you listen to Peter Schiff, if you listen to Peter Schiff, he's saying that they're going to be printing unlimited amounts of money. And basically, if they don't kill you with corona, they're going to kill you by taking away all your money. By just printing more and more money, and then whatever savings you have is going to be lower and lower. And you're going to be forced into taking in government money and then also implementing the socialist agenda.
What about this other thing that they're saying that the Senate, the Democrats, they just introduced a bill to make a digital dollar.
Oh, I heard about that, yeah. Which will allow them, well, if you listen to Peter Schiff, he says that the digital dollar will allow them to control people directly. Like they could limit it and say you're only allowed to buy certain items with it or spend it at certain places. Or you're only allowed to spend it in a certain time. So that they can control the behavior of the people. They can deposit it in your account and say you have 24 hours to spend this on food. Like you can only buy food stamp items. They already do that with food stamps. You can't buy anything with food stamps. You can only buy certain things.
Yeah, I heard about that. You can't buy beer.
Mm-hmm. You can't buy beer. You can't buy fried chicken.
Yeah, you can't go buy like a ribeye.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what if you could buy ribeye. You could buy raw ribeye, I think.
Huh?
I think you can buy raw meat.
Yeah, so that I guess that would be fine. But you can't buy stuff at restaurants though.
Exactly. Because then it has a value-added price. But nowadays you can't buy stuff at restaurants anyway, so that's okay.
Yeah, so like it doesn't matter. But do you think they'll be able to like implement this like in Europe too, like make a digital euro or something?
Well, the Tether's already implemented. Have you seen the Tether coin?
Is that the European coin?
No, Tether. Have you heard about Tether?
I've heard about it, but I don't know exactly what it is. I think.
Well, Google it. The Tether coin is tied to the U.S. dollar. Supposedly, it's backed by savings, but no one has ever audited them. They don't actually know if they have the savings. But it's basically equal to $1. But it's a cryptocurrency that's tied to the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So you can send someone a Tether coin, and it's basically worth $1.
That's interesting. I'm just looking at it on the.
Yeah.
It's called USD.
So they've already experimented with them. USD Tether. Is there a Euro Tether?
Let's see. Tether Euro. Oh yeah, there is a URT.
There you go.
It's a value meant to mirror the euro, a digital token backed by the fiat currency. Provides
Yeah, but how
individuals
much?
and organizations with a robust, decentralized method of exchanging value while using a familiar accounting unit.
Mhm.
So it's like more for accounting, I guess, purposes.
Well, it's basically like you sell your Bitcoin, you buy Tether instead of buying dollars,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then that
So you,
Tether will go up and down with the dollar. So if you
oh,
think the dollar will go up, Bitcoin will go down, you buy Tether, and it'll be faster and cheaper than buying dollars because you buy dollars, you're going to pay more. There's all types of problems with buying dollars with Bitcoin.
yeah, because you gotta like transfer it and everything.
You
So
got to
how did
transfer it and
the
everything.
tether, the tether value the same as the dollar? How do they keep that going?
Well, supposedly they bought a whole bunch of dollars. They keep it in the account.
That's why Wikipedia calls it a controversial cryptocurrency.
Well, what does it say about the controversy?
Um, it formerly claimed that each token was backed by $1, but on
Exactly.
March 14th, 2019, changed the backing to include loans to affiliate companies. And then
Hmm.
the exchange was accused by the NY Attorney General of using tether funds to cover up 850 million in funds missing since mid 2018. Wow.
Oh, what a surprise! What a
What
surprise!
guys. Tether
Can't
is a
imagine that anyone in the crypto world would be like shady.
wow, and it's called a stable coin.
Hmm. It's called a stable coin because its price is stable in relative to the dollar.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to look at the dollar chart right now. Pull up the dollar chart, dollar euro, and then also look at dollar yen. And ever hear of the SDT?
Oh shite.
Ever hear about the SDT?
$1 is 90 cents in euros.
Yeah, man.
Well, I guess it's pretty high comparing like with like what, like 7, 8 years ago.
Hmm.
But
So the
now it's like
euro is down. Now look look at dollar to gold and dollar to SDT.
all right,
Look, SDR.
dollar to SDT,
R.
SDR.
SDR. Strategic drawing rights. The SDR is the proposed alternative to the dollar, which is basically a bucket or a basket of other currencies.
It's 0.7341.
Look at the chart. What's the last 10 years say?
It's not giving me a chart.
Well, get a chart. Look at dollar SDT chart. Google that.
SDR.
SDR.
Well, it's
Yeah,
saying
SDT is sexually transmitted disease.
no, it's STD for sexually transmitted
Oh,
disease.
yeah, you know all about that, don't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a STD. I think
Yeah,
humans
man.
are STDs, right? You said that, or
I
men
didn't
are
say that. That was
viruses.
another.
No, you said the man is a virus.
Those were other guys who said that. I didn't say that.
Oh, it's somebody else who said that.
Yeah.
They're trying to call us SDTs and stuff. So it's saying
Hmm.
that In 2006, it was 44%.
Okay. Is that good or bad?
And now it's 0.7341. So it's way higher. So that means that the dollar
or the SDT?
The SDT is higher.
Yeah. By like 30%?
No, by like a few 100%. So it was 30.32. Now it's like 7341.
Yeah, it's like twice as expensive.
Not even twice.
And is the
It's
dollar
like
trending down?
twice. It's 150% more.
Is the dollar trending down?
Yep.
Yeah. What a surprise.
What a surprise. That's
And
crazy.
what about gold? But gold hasn't been going down.
All right, gold value over time. Tup. Well, gold never loses value, I guess. Gotta tell my
It's going
brother.
down. It's going up again.
So in 2018, gold was valued at 1,268.93 USD.
Now it's almost 2,000.
Now it's like 1,583.5.
But I'm paying like 2,000 if I buy it in coins.
Oh, that's a lot, huh? Because you're paying for the pressing of that, I guess.
Yeah. If you buy the gold spot price, right?
The gold spot price?
Yeah. Look up gold spot. Well, that's what you're talking about. There, take delivery of gold futures. Google that.
All right, let me check it out. So it's called a gold spot price.
Yeah. The contract for delivery of future contracts shall be 100 troy ounces of gold with weight tolerances of 5%, either higher or lower.
So an
gold
ounce
delivered under this contract.
Wow, dude.
Ounce.
An ounce is at like 1,645. What? While a whole
milligrams?
But 1 gram costs like $52.92.
100 ounces in grams? Hold on.
Look at this. You can buy a whole...
It's 200 ounces is 2 kilograms. It's almost 3 kilograms. It's 2.834 kilograms. 2,834 100 ounces is 2.8. So it's like 3 kilograms of gold. That's what the contract is. So if you buy 100 grams of gold, that's going to cost you 100 times 1,600. So 100 times 100, that's 4 zeros.
Well, Google got this thing, like it's showing me on the sponsored ad thing. It's called a Bear Brick Hirapution. It's basically a teddy bear that's made of gold. I don't know who would want that, but it costs like $10 million.
So 100 ounces of gold is going to cost you $162,000.
That's a lot of gold, man. $162.
So that's how much. $160,000. That's what it costs to buy it on the future market at 1,600. You understand? You can't just buy 1 ounce. You have to buy 100 ounces. And that's not even delivered to you personally. That's put into a warehouse. All you get is a warehouse location.
Yeah, that's crazy. So like getting it delivered costs
So you
even
can't.
more.
You have to actually pay for warehousing, and then you have to pay for delivery, and then you have to hope that someone's not going to steal those 100 ounces. Right?
So the whole gold business is the fast.
2 kilograms or 3 kilograms of gold. Like, how are you going to deliver that? Who's going to protect it? And then once you have it at your house, where are you going to put it?
Yeah, that's true. You can't like
Right?
put it in your wall because
You can't.
someone will
Because
find
someone with a
out.
metal detector. Our friend, they came to her house with a metal detector and they stole her gold. They stole 5,000 euros worth of gold.
Who are we talking about?
Our friend in Germany. My friend.
Oh man, that's shitty. Well, I got a story like they had a metal detector and they just went to someone's house and they
went to 3 or 4 people's houses in Berlin, into some Hochhaus, into some apartment building. And they went in and they stole their gold.
wow, it's just like in that movie. What was it called? The Sense8 movie. There was this guy in Berlin who had like a pawn shop and he was also robbing people of gold. So I guess that happens in Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
Sad, man. Well, that's the thing. If you don't have anything worth stealing, then, or like if you put your money at like something that can't be stolen that easy, then it's safer. So let's say instead of gold, you just buy cows.
Well, how about rice?
Huh? Rice?
Yeah.
Well, it takes up more space and it's
It does.
harder to move around. But like if you got cows, a cow is worth what, like $1,200, and it can walk.
Let's see what the futures market says. Well, let's look at the beef side futures.
All right, what's a cow worth on Google? Whoa, it's saying a cow is actually worth somewhere between $2,000 up to $5,000, while the yearlings sell at 800 up to 1,500.
See what the size of beef futures cost. Did you ever hear about the Chicago Board of Trade?
Nope.
Did you take economics?
Yeah, I did take economics and business, but
They
didn't
never
learn
talked
about
about
that
futures
part.
contracts?
Well, we learned about futures contracts.
And they're settled in, well, I think the Chicago Board of Trade is the one of the futures markets.
Oh, so that's what it's called?
Yeah. Here. Meets futures prices. what the meat futures are. So live cattle.
Yeah, you got live cattle, feeder cattle, lean hogs, class 3 milk.
How can the live cattle go for 119? Live cattle, April 2020. Let's look up that contract.
So it's gone cheaper.
Let's look. Well, the demand has gone down, huh?
Yeah. Well, maybe people are getting their own cows and other people eating that Beyond Burger.
Well, yeah, they're going to be eating.
Okay, it just went down like my network or it's oh, I guess Mike is out.
Here, CME Group. Let's look at them.
My internet just went like down. So CNE Group.
Yeah, CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Yeah, the prices are going down.
Yeah, so it's a good time to invest in beef, huh?
Well, if you bought this, right, for 100, look at this. Holy shit, they're going way down. They're just
Yeah,
plummeting.
well, it's probably because of the coronavirus.
It went up to 129, now it's down to 118, and a very high volume. Let me send you a screenshot of this.
All right, that'd be good. Need a screenshot.
Yeah. It basically went up before the 30 days. Let me go back. Let's do 1 month. 30 months.
Price is going
It's on a
up.
complete downward spiral, dude.
Yeah, that makes sense because people aren't buying that stuff as much. Is this like feedlot beef?
This is live cattle.
Oh, it's just the live
Oh, that's
cattle
30
market?
minutes. Yeah, it's trading way down. I need to get it into years. Here we go. 1 month. Let's see. Tradingcharts.com. Let's find a better one. Chicago Board of CBE is not really.
It's not a
One
good story.
historical. 1985. Okay, this is going to 1985. So in 1995, let's just do the last 20 years. Yeah, it was it's cyclical. It's just going up and down
from
It's not
1985.
really. Oh, someone's writing to us. Oh, that's Alex. I was writing to the wrong. Ask Alex if he wants to join our live stream.
Is it on YouTube? Oh no. Is that on the group or where is he writing?
Just posted it to you in the group. I was accidentally posting it to Alex.
I don't see Alex anywhere.
Let me set. Yeah, he left our stream because he thought we were a bunch of idiots. And then he regretted it deeply because I caught him.
Well, it's all good. Because
listen, I don't even mind because no one's going to want to listen to our stream. No one's going to want to join it. We're just a bunch of idiots making our lives miserable with this thing.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Because actually, we don't think we're making it miserable, but we're just having a conversation out here. Ha! Joke's on them.
We're having a conversation in front of everyone.
Joke's on them. So, the live cattle market has gone down from 2015 when it was peaking. So, I guess in 2015, people were like, barbecue, baby.
Barbecue. Well, look at it. It's like 2009 was the financial crisis. They printed all this money. And they drove up the price through inflation. Because basically, and we can expect that the live cattle market is just going to go up again. You see how it's going down? It goes up and down and up and
down. Yeehaw! I mean, yeehaw!
You can expect that it's going to reach a bottom and go back up again because of the inflation. They're printing all this money, and there's only so many cows you could eat. They're not making more cows. They're not making more land.
Yeah, that's true. It's a cap market.
You only got so many cows, and then they're gonna have more people with more money trying to get those cows.
Yeah, they're trying to drive the price up.
And that's gonna drive the price up just because people want them cows.
They want them cows, but who gonna get on them cows first?
Well, I'm gonna go get my grill out and I'm gonna set it up. And tomorrow we're gonna smoke some meat.
But imagine this.
Set up the smoker.
Genial idea. Imagine you get your own cows.
Yeah.
Then you're
gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's my biggest plan, actually.
Well, this is for $170 for one cow?
Wait, what? $175 for one cow?
That's the live cow price. That I sent you that chart.
Dude, that's cheap, man.
Yeah, so why don't we just go on the futures market and buy a cow and have it delivered to you?
Lit. I'll
and
milk
it'll be delivered to you, and then you can put it on your farm.
All right, I'm just gonna get this puppy out to pee quick.
Okay. Well, listen, man. I think we should call this a night because my battery's going down. We've been on for 2 hours.
Changed my dog's name to Bobby now.
What's her dog's name?
Well, I was gonna call him Kelmand, like after
Kelmandy.
Yeah, but now I'm just gonna call him Bobby.
Hey, so you were gonna go pee. I didn't give you my my apocalypse, my quarantine update.
Oh, keep going on the quarantine update. I just let the puppy out to pee.
So I bought some silver coins. We talked about that in depth. We talked about the futures market. So did you know that you could buy beans at like like $14, $15 for like 100 pounds of beans on the futures market.
How
The
expensive?
grocery store sells you them. Well, if you look at the futures market for beans,
Yep.
let's look. I think they're 100-pound contracts, and they're like $14 for 100 pounds. Soybeans. Let's look up white. What are they called? Lima beans. They're
So that's
lima bean futures. Peas. Here we go. But basically, they're like 10 times cheaper than they are in the grocery store if you buy them in 100 pounds.
yeah. So you think people are actually investing in that a lot?
Well,
Well, I think
yeah. Well, the way the futures markets work is that farmers sell futures for their crops. So you sell the crops before they're even produced.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll say, I'll sell you 100 pounds of beans at $14 for delivery in May.
Yep.
And then you have to deliver 100 pounds of beans to like Chicago at the terminal in the warehouse, you know, in May on a certain day. And people trade those. So if you
So
need to
trade
buy
in
beans, like
literally.
yeah, so if you're like a soup company, you need to buy beans, you can buy these contracts and you can say, well, I need beans in May, I'll buy these beans in May.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the price goes up in May, you'll still get to buy them at that price. You have to buy them.
So you're telling me that there's like a whole bean industry, and that like let's say
Well,
like you
not
get
just beans.
there's soy too.
Yep. And pork bellies and beef, live cattle, and all types of things. Chickens.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like these whole industries are actually interrelated because, like, let's say if if the cows don't get fed beans and soy and all this stuff anymore, then
Sure,
the
those
bean
are the inputs.
industry, yeah, then like the bean mafia is gonna get mad.
Yeah.
So you can't have grass-fed cattle.
Well, yeah, you have interrelationships between them. And the traders,
Yeah.
the people who are investing in these things, they know all about that. But there's another way
Yeah.
to invest. You can actually buy these things and you can take delivery from them. Like if you want to eat the beans, you can buy 100 pounds of beans on the futures market and then you can take delivery of them.
I'm
And
not
then you have to
eating.
figure out how to ship them over to you. Hey, did you try any of those beans or rice recipes I sent you?
Nope. I don't. I won't eat beans, man. I told you the last time I ate lentils.
I made another round of idli today, and I took the beans and the rice and I fermented them. I put some probiotics in there. I put some like cabbage, and I threw in some hot sauce and other things. And then I fermented them for 8 hours. And then
Tell
I
me
ground
about
them
the
up.
end product.
The end product I threw in the Instant Pot. I cooked it, and it turned out really good. But when I
No,
fried
the end
it,
product.
and I ate it.
Well,
The
he's
end
asking you how much you pooped.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. What do you get after you like eat it?
Well, when I put it in the frying pan, the raw batter, and I fried it, but I didn't fry it enough, and I must have gotten a bug or something, and I had a really bad case of diarrhea.
Well, you might have just killed the bacteria after frying it and ingested dead bacteria,
Yeah.
and then the diarrhea happened because your body is trying to get rid of the toxins, and it uses extra fluids to get rid of it because like diarrhea is
Flush out the
detox.
system.
Yeah, it just flushes out
Well,
the system.
Well, in any case, I cooked it in the steamer in the Instapot, and this is my new recipe for everybody listening who's not listening. There's nobody listening, and I'll tell them anyway. You take the idli batter and you put in some water, and then you put it in the Instapot, and you cook it, and that turns out really good. You put it in for 10 minutes in the steamer, so it cooks it for like 20 minutes. That works really good.
Yeah,
Just
I
don't
could
fry
type
it.
in.
Huh?
But don't fry your idli, you said?
Don't fry it. You got to steam it. Like the way I did it, I fried it. It wasn't fried enough. I got sick.
Yeah, or maybe it might have been like over fried.
No, it was not over fried. It was under fried. I know that for a fact.
Okay. What did you fry it in though?
Oil.
Ah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You should
And I also
fry
made
it.
eggs. And fat?
Well, yeah, try it next time. If you eat that kind of stuff, try frying it in butter or like lard, like tallow or something.
Okay. What about ghee?
Yeah, ghee works. It's basically clarified butter.
Yeah, you know ghee. Okay, dude, we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes. I gotta go, man. This is enough.
Calling it over, Clover.
Call it over, Clover.
You're out of here like clear.
I'm outie. I gotta bounce, man.
Wow, that was a long stream for no people
Yeah.
watching.
So listen, for nobody, the stream of we should call it the stream of nobody.
Yeah, and like YouTube pays for all of our space.
Yeah, but they're gonna get us back. Believe me, they're gonna come back at you. They're gonna ban you for life
For not having any
with no
viewers.
chance of redemption. Yeah, they're just gonna say, "You bastard! You wasted our bits and bytes."
Yeah, you wasted our money. Well,
Right, you just took that. You took you took the rice out of our children's mouth.
think of the
Except
children.
The YouTubers, they don't have. The YouTubers don't have children. They only have little doggies.
Yeah, that's true. I just had one in my lap right now. On my lap.
Yeah, see,
So
you don't believe
I'm a
children.
YouTuber.
Yeah, man, you're like one of those millennials that have fur babies instead of children.
Yeah, nowadays they're calling people who have children breeders.
Yes, I heard
So I'm
that.
not a breeder.
My cousin. Yeah, man. Well, I am. So.
Yeah, I want to be a breeder too. I'll switch teams.
Yeah, well, good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna
Okay,
close
man.
stream.
Okay, see you.